Today we're going to be talking about 10 time-consuming
Oh
games.
God, it was like some spit. Oh no.
Welcome to Eligible Monster. This is our Listcussion show, where we go over lists from other channels and other websites, and we discuss the contents of them with you. Today we're going to be talking a list from what culture? What's wrong, Dan?
There's nothing weird about that, Dan. There's nothing weird at all.
Nothing weird about this at all.
No.
What? If you didn't draw attention to it, no one would even notice the pepperoni stick
It's a
in my
cigar.
hands.
It's a cigar.
Oh, it's a cigar?
In my mind, it's a cigar. Yeah.
Okay. This is Listcussion.
Just don't start eating it.
I hope you
then
guys
it just-
enjoy.
It just gets weird.
For today's particular episode, we are moving back into our usual schedule. Natalie's back on camera. Say hi.
That's the second time that you said that.
Oh, well, I'm making sure they're aware of it because I don't know what
I'm
order
back
these
on
are going
camera,
out.
guys. Just so you know.
And
The
I'm keeping
third
my
time.
voice down and low today, not because I'm depressed or sad, but because I got yelled at that I'm too loud. So I need to train myself to not talk like I need a megaphone. I've been told that to, act like you're in a room that they're recording
Wow.
in and not like you're in front
I've
of
been
500
asking you to do that for 10 years now, and Dan says it once, and you do it.
I keep giving Dan credit, but in all honesty, it's not him as the microphones. They're pretty much yelling back at me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I believe that.
So anyway, guys, today we're going to be talking about 10 time-consuming
Oh
games.
God, it was like some spit. Oh no.
10 time-consuming games
No.
that nobody has ever finished. From what culture? Bub. Here's the kicker, guys. It says 10. It starts
But there's
on
only 8. Are you sure? Hang on.
We're
a
going to
sec.
need subtitles for when you've got that in your mouth.
My mother never taught me to not speak with my mouth full.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She's probably going to comment going, I raised you better than that.
There are 9. What are you talking about? Actually, hang on. Wait.
Hold on, is it 9 but starts at number 8?
There's 10? No.
There's 10.
Yeah, there's 10.
Okay.
You were full of crap.
Wait,
Yeah.
why is Assassin's Creed Unity on as number 10?
Well,
Well,
then
I
read
guess
it.
we'll find out when you read it.
Okay.
Pepperoni snack stick.
Anyway, Assassin's Creed Unity. When the
Blood pressure's bad.
Oh, wait, Ben, aren't you a huge Assassin's Creed fan?
I am, and I finished this. That's why I'm wondering how this is on there. When the series arrived in 2007, Assassin's Creed was met pretty favorably by reviewers and players alike. Then, as a new protagonist, Ezio was introduced.
He pronounced it right.
Enzio.
Oh my
And it
God.
really came into its own, growing stronger with each new entry. Fresh ideas were on offer in each new installment, and after a while, these became a bit muddled. By the time Assassin's Creed Unity came around, Ubisoft had apparently reached the point where they were content with the series formula as a throwback together. They recycled it. All the classic Assassin's Creed tropes were crammed into one package, and the players were thrown into what to see how much of them could work. While you may have just been patient enough to get to the end of the main story, the chances are that you never explored every secret of the Parisian playground are very slim. Mainly because Unity's map was one of the busiest and overcrowded in history. I did everything in that, man. Either I'm a sad individual or that did not feel like a
I don't
task.
No,
think
you're
you
just
need-
a fan, a huge Assassin's Creed fan.
Yeah. I think this is one of those games where it's like if you're hardcore into that game franchise, you're probably going to finish it. But for someone else, like if I had picked it up and I hadn't played Assassin's Creed for a while before that, I probably would have fallen off.
I loved it personally,
Yeah.
so I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I ate like
I didn't
4 of
play
these
that one.
yesterday.
Oh my God, Jesus, stop with your meat sticks, dude. Just put them away.
Number 9 is Tony Hawk's Underground. Progressing through each area depending on your ability to beat a requisite number of challenges, ranging from nailing tricks in certain areas to using your skills to collect torn shreds of somebody else's board from a rooftop. Some of these challenges were so devilishly difficult that most players opted out for the easier ones in order to progress. Going back to collect all the hidden objects and nail the toughest challenges was grueling, and the sheer volume of objectives on offer in certain areas was overawing enough to keep that elusive 100% completion mark out of sight. I did all that one too.
Hold on. Is this a list of like games that people didn't finish or didn't 100%?
I think it's, because that's what I'm sounding like. Because you did Underground, didn't you?
I didn't, but
Didn't
like I
finish
wouldn't.
because-
I'm not a big person to go back and like complete stuff.
Yeah, it's sounding more like not a...
Yeah,
it's
didn't finish
completionist.
because too long or too
nobody
hard.
ever finished. No,
Yeah.
they're saying like completionist.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, the first two
I
options
think
are
it's just
completionist
lost interest. I think it's what it is.
attitude. Well, yeah, but it's the same thing.
Let's see what the rest of the games are, because
Minecraft is the next one.
That one's a game that I could see not people not finishing because it.
They're like,
as
oh
far
wait,
as I'm
there's
aware,
a
you
story.
don't need to. Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
most
like-
people don't even know about the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just built Bender and then put TNT on one of his feet, watched it blow up, and then I was like, that was fun, and I never touched it again.
I actually played it quite a bit. I got to the end.
Quite a bit. You did it for the trophies, dude.
No, that was Sean. Sean did it
No,
for
no,
trophies. I did the
no,
trophies in
That
one.
was back on like in the Xbox days where you were trying
Oh.
to go for the achievements.
No, I played it. I played it on a computer. The first time,
That was the
I went to
second
go
time
see
with the
your family
mods.
in France.
That was the
I
mods,
downloaded
though.
it, and they had a weird bug come out where the leaves would automatically degrade, but it broke your computer. I'm not even joking.
It's kind of funny.
That's
It pretty
weird.
much, you would boot it up and it'd be like, the leaves are degrading. Would not work.
Was that the sound that it made
Yep.
too?
Which is why I was like, it's breaking my computer. I had it on a laptop and went to go see. And that, remember the very first time we went to Paris? We went down there. Your mom showed me around for, I don't know what that is. It's sticky.
That's
gross.
it's coffee, dude.
That's not coffee.
Yes.
It's translucent.
Oh,
I think that's
my God.
small meat
No,
sick
I don't know what that is.
projectile.
That was definitely-
Anyway,
coffee.
anyway,
That was
we went
coffee.
there. We spent like 3 or 4 days exploring Paris, and then we went back to go spend time with all your family. And since I didn't understand French, I was sitting on that chair and I had the laptop in my lap, and I was playing Ether Saga, a anime MMO, because it worked on their 56K, and I played Minecraft.
Good old 56K.
Her grandmother doesn't have good internet. I think they do now, though, don't they?
don't call out my grandmother.
Was she?
She's a very nice lady.
I didn't say. How does her having 56K internet imply she's a bad lady?
Because
Wasn't
I
what
don't
you
know.
said. It was how you said
yeah,
it.
it's just you were kind of just I'm sure if she's watching right now, she's like, what do you mean?
No, I'm
She
pretty
doesn't-
sure if she was watching right now, she'd be like, "When's the French start?"
she would have been like, quoi, or something like that. I don't know. What is he saying?
Mad. What?
No.
Yes.
Don't say that. Oh my God.
I don't think we have a large French audience. We know of one
I
person.
think regardless.
Okay.
Still, yeah, you don't want to say
Now
that.
everyone's
We're family friendly to all audiences.
go Google search that.
No.
We're not. No.
What a
next up-
fush.
Oh my God.
Next up, number 7 or 6 or I lost count.
7.
7. Star Wars: The Old Republic. So wait,
Okay, this one I could see because
But it's
this
an
was.
It's an
RPG.
MMO.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
one of those
it's not
ones
that.
that.
Your
not
hands
the-
are cold.
I know.
So this is
your hands are-
KOTOR, not SWOTOR.
your hands are cool. Help me. This is KOTOR.
That one I could see for the
Thank
sake
you.
of how long it
I'm
was,
warming
because
her
it was
up.
an amazing game. It was an amazing game, but oh my gosh, was that game long? Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
What is happening?
An amazing game, yes.
No, I agree. It was, but
Do the
it's
other one.
once-
No, I'm kidding. Don't do the other one.
But the problem with it is that it's an RPG.
I don't see
What I'm saying is, like, so far the games that they're listing, I have yet to see a game on here. Minecraft would be the closest, where it's like you didn't finish the game because it's so expansive, but it's like it's the main plot. I know a lot of people that finish KOTOR. You could name any RPG from the early 2000s, 90s, and be like, well, a lot of people didn't finish that.
Yeah, exactly.
People didn't finish Final Fantasy 7. A lot of people didn't
Well,
finish 6.
in
But
their
a lot
A lot
of
of people
these-
didn't do Dragon
So
Quest.
here's the thing to keep in mind with these, though, is they are long enough, and we are in the day and age, and a lot of these came out as you were going through this day and age of instant gratification. People didn't have the amount of time to play a 40-plus hour storyline because of the fact that not everyone could play as consistently. And I was in the boat
I
of...
agree with that. What I'm saying is, you're giving us 10 games. You could put this entire list could be KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, every Final Fantasy, and a Dragon Quest.
Yes.
You're not. There's no reason for people not to have finished KOTOR other than it's an RPG with 40 hours.
And I
That's
think,
my point.
But that's what the list is. I don't think a lot of these are like difficulty or only difficulty based
But that's
or
what it's kind of
completionist
implying.
based.
Because I could name 200 games that not everyone has completed, but based on these criteria.
Yeah, and you could make 20 of these lists.
But I mean, it's
The next
soon.
20 lists
This is this
are Benny
guy's
naming
list,
games that he
though.
didn't finish.
But I'm saying, like, Persona 5 is even a current one. You could be like, oh, I know a lot of people didn't finish that.
Exactly, and it would
know?
be on this list.
This
I think
is-
that's the point of the list. Is it's one of it's
But
because a
I'm
lot
just
of
saying,
these.
I'm just saying the choices on the list feel arbitrary to me because you can plug and play any similar game.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't pick games that nobody completed because broken difficulty or things that would make sense. It wasn't like,
I think-
a lot of people didn't finish Morrowind because it didn't give you directions to the ending.
I think you might have a different perception of this because of the fact that both of you are people that once you start a game, 90% of the time you're going to finish it no
No,
matter what.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing that a 40-hour game is a challenge for most people.
Oh, I know.
Monster Hunter's number 6 on this, and I agree. 40 hours is a lot for people to put into a game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is that's not special.
They never said special.
It's a list.
I know, but
I want it to be special.
I think, let's be honest, they named this as vaguely as possible so they could
Yeah.
get a list out.
No, and I agree with you on that. But
I think that's kind of...
But this is what we do on the show.
Because it
Dan.
is time consuming.
we
To be fair, it is like...
But we say the list
I
that we
know.
disagree with, and I'm disagreeing with this because there's no specific reason. Monster Hunter's on here.
And we're discussing your...
Hey,
No,
aren't
you're
you
just being a
supposed
pain
to
in the ass
like?
today.
Aren't you supposed to
Oh,
give your
harsh.
Aren't you supposed to give your opinion at the very end of the list? Because right now we're like halfway.
Halfway. Monster Hunter's another one.
So how about you?
Most people haven't finished Monster Hunter.
No.
Less talking and more reading.
Well, Monster Hunter, you have to go around. It's an RPG. It's a JRPG.
There you go.
It's handled differently. It's like but you still go out there, get your
I
resources.
agree
That
with
one
that
I
one,
could
for
see
sure.
being a long one for the sake of RNG.
It's not even that. It's
Yeah.
just the repetition, honestly.
Yeah, repetition and RNG. It's kind of like how you kind of started to fall off on Monster Hunter World because you reached the point where you had to farm one item and you got such bad luck that you were like, okay, I'm going to Warframe.
Just so you guys know, that was Hunter rank 87, and I was doing Toroth, so there was not much else to do. But anyway,
That's the point, isn't it?
okay. This one, I feel this is a unique one with a unique reason.
Okay.
Guitar Hero 3.
Okay.
I'm just saying the first ones just felt like you could name any 40-hour game. Anyway,
They could have.
That's your
but
opinion.
they named those.
Exactly. And if they named a different one, you could have had the same argument.
They shouldn't have been on the list at all. Let's see what these are, but it could have been 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay, you want to read this one, Natalie? Because we kind of just overtalked.
no,
it.
not really. I mean, that's the usual. But
Talk. Read this one.
no. What I was just gonna add to this is it's what is it? A guitar game. So obviously people will pick it up just to have a few nights with your friends just to have fun with it. Play your favorite songs and then just call it a day.
Yeah,
That's it.
which is what we did with
Yeah.
the latest one.
Yeah.
And so Guitar Hero 3, despite the fact that you probably poured an unbelievable amount of time into jamming through the game's track list, chances are you've never truly beaten the game, especially on Expert. There's a huge list of songs to work through, multiple
Expert.
difficulties to test yourself with, making completing the sheer volume of challenges on offer virtually impossible. With downloadable tracks to extend the life of the game even further, you suddenly know what it's like to attend a Rolling Stones farewell
Have
tour.
you seen Dragon Force?
Yeah.
The freaking songs
I
on
mean,
Expert.
this one I
It's
agree. If you
insane.
consider completing this,
Yeah.
there's just so many tracks. There's just so much to do in this game.
Yeah.
And it's very
All right,
challenging
see what 4
too.
is. If it's just another goddamn JRPG, Just Cause 2. Okay, that's
Yeah,
a
you
good
blow
one.
shit up and you're like, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that
Yeah.
just
That's what I did.
so
I
far 5
I
and
attached
4 I agree.
cars to things that exploded and then just
it-
let them explode
Did you
themselves.
see me touching it? This is why this computer's like done. We're gonna start. If you go to our Patreon, that'd be great. We need to get a new laptop. Apparently, it's just moving itself
Oh
around.
man, that's ads for you, right
I know
there.
it is the ads doing it. Just Cause 2 gives you the freedom to explore the militarized island nation of Panunu. Is there
Where?
a place called Paninu?
Pinot?
No, it's like Panau. Oh, it's Panau. That's
Panau?
it. Yeah. And decks you out with weapons and gadgets that do basically whatever you want. While there are items to gather, you want to obtain certain trophies. There are items to gather if you want to obtain certain trophies and achievements. There is even more acknowledgments for causing a ton of chaos and destruction as you can. With challenges asking you to destroy at least one of every type of vehicle and having you
Yeah.
kill a certain number of unfortunate souls with a grappling hook, there's an unprecedented amount of fun to be had in Just Cause 2. Completing narrative missions becomes nothing more than a way to get more weapons, money, and ammo, allowing you to go back to ignoring the game's main objectives in favor of its more entertaining secondary challenges.
When was this list written? Because it looks like, because Just Cause 3 is already out. So.
Yeah. I'm curious how old it is as well.
Yeah, because that might be the reason
2016,
why.
so it's not that old.
Okay. Just because 3 came out before then.
So
right?
this sounds like
think so.
the typical problem a lot of people have with open world titles.
Yes.
Once you get to the open world, you ignore the main plot and you never go back to it. And that is an issue with a lot of these types of games. I'll agree
Yeah.
with that. But at least that's a legit reason instead of just naming a
guess that-
40-hour game.
I guess that actually could be said though about the Unity and KOTOR as well, because there were so many side missions that distracted you from the main story that often made you not actually finish the main story because you forgot where you were in it.
Yeah, no, that happened a lot of times in old school RPGs.
Civ-
Yeah.
You want to say what this one is? What's number 3, Natalie?
Civilization.
We played this a bunch. We never.
Civ
I don't
5.
think
Oh my
I've
God.
ever fully completed.
We've
a
never
Civilization game.
completed one ever.
No, we'll play it.
Has
like-
anyone?
I think we'll
first
play
one,
it for like
the-
3 days straight, 8
Yeah.
hours a day, and
It's
at
true.
the ending of it, we never have a winner. We're just like, we're bored now.
It's Monopoly where you're like, well, I hate myself enough already. We're done.
Civilization lets you approach your world with a freedom of choice that is constantly having you wondering whether you've allotted your time and resources in the best way. You can play a campaign almost identically, save for 1 or 2 altered choices, but you may find yourself in a totally different path by the end. The possibilities are tremendous. Starting a campaign in a Civilization game at any point in the day is a dangerous move. Either you play it smartish and eat up a full Saturday by starting out in the morning, or you start off in the evening and hope you can be restrained enough to cease by midnight. What we do a lot of times with these is we'll get together, all of our friends, have like a Civilization night. Have you ever done one of those with us?
Nope.
Now the worst part about this
I'm not
is
that good of a
whenever
friend.
we have people with us, they end up one of us at least gets attacked and just dies. So it's like, well, we're like one man down right now. So then what's the point? Because we started with like 4 people and we're down 1, so we just feel bad for that person
Yeah,
that just has
and-
to stay there and just watch us. So we just end
Restart.
up restarting. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's what typically happens to us. We'll be playing
Yeah.
for like 3 days straight, and we get to a point where someone officially dies, and then we just kind of go, okay, well, Natalie was in the lead, Benny was second, Nick was this guy, and then you're dead. So
Yeah.
we're gonna start over so we can all play again.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think we've ever completed one. I think I tried my own solo campaign
That's
once,
just as fun though.
and I just kind of got like 8 hours in. I was like,
yeah.
I think I'm winning.
Good enough.
yeah.
I'm doing good enough for
It's
myself.
kind of like The Sims, honestly. You just feel like you've done everything and you've seen everything, and you're like, well, there's
you
nothing
get to
else
one
to
where this
do.
particular map is just repeating now, and you're just.
Yeah. I have no input on that one. It's all you.
And I don't think any of us do. Football
No.
manager.
yeah. I
Thanks
mean,
to the fact that the game
same
in-game-
thing, sports game.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's
but
fine.
You always do that
I mean,
anyway.
I
so.
know.
No, I'm just saying that, when it comes to any sports, really, any sports games, you just do a few matches and you're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Unless you're a big sports fan, I assume.
I mean, I've done that with NHL. I'll start the campaign.
Yeah.
Like,
And you go to
I
the
won the
ends.
minor league season.
Yeah.
I think I'm good enough. I'm going to
just
end
like
there.
Mario
Yeah.
Kart, same thing,
It's like
Or
the
Mario
Guitar
Party.
Hero that we just did, where it's there. You just do the casual. You don't really do the story or anything.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Skyrim, which I think we can all agree, the moment that a random quest pops up, that's the end of the
You're
main
like,
story.
you're
Yeah.
like, what was I again? Like, what is the main story again? I forgot. That's just bad. Just completely lost myself.
I mean, what do you think
think-
of this list, Natalie? Because I feel like, in my opinion, this list should not have any game that is on average 20 to 40 hours, like Skyrim, like Unity. I feel like this could have been a much more interesting list, which, if it's what I thought it was, which was games that are so time consuming that no one's ever finished, but they're time consuming due to some weird bug or an issue or something that isn't in, like when you, okay, let me ask you this, Natalie, because I haven't asked you a question.
Yes.
When you got Skyrim and you jumped into it, you were expecting that, right?
Well, I mean,
This
when you
game's
when
gonna
you
be massive.
when you pick up the game and you look at the box and it says RPG, you expect it. You
Yeah.
expect to at least have like 50 hours, 60 hours. So if you don't want to spend that time playing a game, then just that's not for you. Then just
Yeah.
pick something up.
And
Pick
I
something
think
else
that's
up.
what my point is. Using the criteria of games that are just so open-ended, or they're 40 hours by default, this list should be like 9 times the size of it. That's
Yeah.
my complaint.
As we went through the list, I think the kind of list you were expecting was like the top 10 game-breaking bugs.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what you were looking for. And as we went through this, I don't think it was so much actually like the campaign and like the main story of how long it was. I think a lot of these were more the numerous side stuff that extended the time that
Oh,
you
yeah.
played. I mean, Skyrim, if you did the main story, you finish in 20 to 40 hours.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. Has anyone put that little amount of time into Skyrim?
It's just to follow up with my point.
Okay.
If you go to the comments, it's filled with other games of similar criteria, games that are just
Yeah.
so long. Gran
What would you
Turismo.
put? What would you put WoW in there? It's a freaking MMO,
But
dude.
by
Yeah.
the criteria of, it's just some people just
There-
don't have
it's
the time
never
for
ending.
it.
Yeah, but it's never ending though. It
But
wouldn't be a
but
part of this
if you
game.
don't have
Like,
time for it, you'll never see any of it.
well, then just don't play an MMO. I mean, that's
Well, I'm just saying, like Guitar Hero.
MMOs is just like literally like it will not end until there's just no player base. Period.
This person said it best. Another useless list.
I mean, it's not useless. I'm really just shocked that there's absolutely no personas at all on this list because
Or this guy, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You have to put like 80 hours into a game.
Disgaea
like
is a
that.
great
That's
example
crazy.
because Disgaea, I think, moves into the realm of like, here's how you beat the game, and here's all the other shit we gave you, and it's like,
Yeah.
and by the way, there's another ending over here.
I think that's kind of what they did, and the reason why they chose these titles was simply they're well known. Like, yes, you can
Right.
plug in a bunch of other ones, but you hear Knights of the Old Republic, whether or not you played it, most people know what it is.
Yep.
And I think that's just, it definitely was kind
Yeah,
of.
there are like no
a
obscure
lackluster.
titles. There are no JRPGs, nothing. It's just the casual titles that you just see everywhere.
Yep, that's what it was. I'm going to agree with Jacob Hutner. Useless article. He wrote it 49 weeks ago.
I don't
All right,
think it's
guys.
useless, but it could have been better. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us for today's discussion. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Don't forget to stick around, subscribe to the channel, help us get this channel in the direction we want it to go. You can subscribe right here at Eligible Monster, where we're giving you content, everything from Listcussions to our own lists that we are bringing back to the channel, to EMP, our podcast that we bring you most Saturdays, to our challenges where Natalie's going to get blindfolded to play Dark Souls, or maybe
Oh,
this will be
boy.
the second one where she had to climb Mount Everest in a VR game. We're going to figure it all out.
I don't know about that, man.
Exactly. But you can subscribe right here at Eligible Monster to get that kind of content. You can also find all of us over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Eligible Monster. On Twitter, we all check the Eligible Monster Twitter, and you can find me at Comic Historian. She's Zodico Candy. That's Dan T. Editor. And next time, I hope you'll give me a better list. What culture? Me and Jacob find this useless.
Thanks, guys.